but then you're always shitting on Kick. Like it doesn't to me it doesn't work. Like there's voicing opinions and thoughts, and then there's just completely shit on the platform. And there's people who are in it and they shit all over it, but they won't leave because they like that 95.5.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that money make them stay.
And welcome to another episode of the Pawncast with your hosts, ELCHIPPY, and my co-host, Avenged Wolf. Surprise,
What
brother.
up? How you doing?
Surprise. I
Yeah,
pulled a surprise on you
it's
there.
good, but it's good because now we can just jump into this. It ain't that awkward when
He's
we
like,
start.
fuck you, KICP members. Fuck you, man. Fuck all of you. You fucking view botted your way in there, and now you're stuck making $2 an hour. Get fucked. Right? Is that how we're gonna go?
I mean, we can go that way. I'm just to the point it didn't make sense. But a lot of things but I don't know. The KCIP, that's a whole nother beast itself. You have experience with it. I don't. Outside looking in, there has to be so many factors, and it's hard to. I don't know. Content is one of those things. It's hard to put value, like cash value, on it. Like how me sitting back and rating what I think this content's worth versus what you think it's worth, totally different.
Exactly. But no, we're not here to talk about KICP. We give two shits about that, honestly. Well, where have we been is the better question. I've been on vacation, back to back to back.
16 vacations.
Yeah, and getting sick in the meantime. I'm still kind of recovering from being sick.
Allegedly.
Allegedly being sick. But no,
Yeah, it's been a minute. What weeks? It's been weeks. When was our last episode? Like
month.
freaking. It's
Well,
sometime in
almost
May,
two.
maybe,
No, it was before my
or April.
subathon.
April.
Yeah, almost 2 months.
Holy.
But it was a good recovery because a lot of shit happened that we probably didn't give two shits about. But at least we're not the doctor. At least we're not the doctor.
Yeah. We're not going down that path, or being mercs who it seems like things just get said to get people moving. I don't know. The break that I've had from just the entire atmosphere of the streaming world has been pretty nice. Like there's some sanity you get back, most definitely. Um, and you get, I don't know, just like that break I had from Twitter, because even when I've only been at my job for the last 3 months, and I've worked a lot, and so like I've cut my Twitter time off, which is good. And then you just see so much stuff, and it's just you realize how much energy you give up when you start investing in that, and so it's been a
It's
nice
almost
break.
like when you come back, you're like, what? Why are you saying this dumb shit? Like, why?
And yeah, nothing makes sense. But then, like you do a little snooping, and you're like, "Well, God, I'm glad I missed that." Jesus.
And it still don't make any sense when you start looking into it. And it's like, why do these people care so much?
Well, and
For
that's a conversation I've had with people. Like, what is real outrage versus, you know what I mean,
yeah,
taking off with it? Like, are you really mad, or are you just trying to look mad so people will look at you?
yeah, the pick me type attitude.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
just
And
so
there's a
everyone's
lot of
aware,
it.
we're not talking about doctor disrespect. We're talking about everything that's happened in the last 2 months.
Oh, it's anything. It's
Yeah,
anything. Whether the Merck situation, the Doc situation, there's been other drama, and it's like, are you really mad, or are you mad for attention?
yeah.
And it's the internet, so 90% of it, and I don't care what anybody says. My opinion is 90% of it is you're mad for attention.
I do think what Nick Merckx did was kind of fucked up, like in the sense of
I,
because I have friends that are transgender, and I think that whole
oh,
stigma, you really shouldn't have a say on what other people want to do with their bodies or how they portray them as themselves. And I
at the
think,
end of the day, you need to be a good person. And what is a good person? You don't hurt other people. You don't cause issues. You just live your life, and however you live it, I don't care. You want to, if you're trans or whatever, you like men, you like women, whatever. As long as you're a good person, at the end of the day, I don't care what you do.
yeah, and I think that's that was one of the biggest things I've seen in the last 2 weeks. Not I can say the biggest thing, but the more of one thing that kind of struck me
Well,
in terms of yeah, I have friends, and you're basically disregarding them, and it's kind of like, damn, dude. like someone you look up to as another content creator, it's kind of like, dude, that's fucked up. You know, you
I'm
can
glad
say
you said
other
that, but
fucked
I'm
up
glad
shit.
you said that though. Like this is my message to everybody. Stop looking up to these larger creators, right? They're a human just like me and you. They are no better than you, and they're gonna do something, and it's gonna really hurt you. So stop. Like
Yeah,
even
half
actors
the
and
time it's
actresses
worse.
and all these people who just because they got wealth and they do stuff, stop idolizing them. Stop living, like thinking and one, don't get tattoos of a of a celebrity or of an internet personality. Do you know how many? And just because this is the hot topic right now, Doctor Disrespect tattoos I've seen getting covered up. One, why do you have a tattoo of a mustache and a pair of glasses on you? Seriously,
And
don't
honestly,
do
they're
that.
not bad tattoos that like people are posting.
No, they're decent
Yeah,
tattoos. So
no,
I know
that's
you paid money for it. You invested in it, and it's a guy who, if y'all know Doctor Disrespect, that man. Look at his history; is very troubled. He makes very bad choices.
you know
He says some crazy shit. He's got the stuff with his wife that happened years ago. Like
that happened in
this does,
2017. Yeah,
yeah. So like,
but
why are
that
you looking
that
up to
brings
him?
it back to like streamers are human too. And this whole like idolizing people is kind of yikesy when you have these type of situations.
It's a dude playing video games.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Like, did he put a lot of work into it? And did he make? You had esports, and you had, he built that empire.
Well,
I'll
he
say
is
it
the
like that.
two-time champion.
Yeah,
You got to remember
yeah.
that.
And
He is
don't
the
get me wrong.
two-time.
They did awesome stuff, but at the end of the day, that man breathes just like you breathe. He bleeds just like you bleed, and you idolized him, and he did something fucked up. I mean, it hurt,
I think they
but
forget that he's also human. He's gonna fuck up, and whether it's severe, like the allegations are, but we don't know the whole truth either. We don't. We only see what is posted, and I'm never gonna jump to conclusions until like everything's released. Whether he did it or not, that's on his conscience.
so
It's not my place to judge either.
there's three sides to a story. There's your side, their side, and then there's the truth. And not you're never gonna get the truth. It sucks. I'm gonna get your version. I'm gonna get their version, but you're never gonna get the full truth. I've stayed out of it. At the end of the day, my piece on this, just so nobody's like, oh, he doesn't speak out and all that. I have two daughters. I love them very much. Um, I'm not even 30 yet, but I can tell you in my mind, anyone under the age of 25 to me is like no, right? Because to me, you can say you heard the age is just a number, but like they're still kids to me. Anybody under the age of 25 is still a kid to me.
I you
And
know
so
Yeah, you're
you
not
look at,
wrong. You're not
yeah,
wrong.
there's experiences in growing up and that all that. That's a whole nother
Like your
conversation.
early 20s
Like,
are probably like your worst years.
yeah, but I
Like
have I
learning.
have I have two daughters, so like to me to think that somebody could speak to them at a young age, and even if like I've seen it, like I get it, I get it. Teenage girls, I was a teenager, boy. Let me tell you what. Let a good looking 40-year-old woman come at me at 16, I'd have got in trouble. All right, but as a parent, as a dad, I have to guide my children and help them, learn life and make sure they don't get in situations like that. Because at the end of the day, even if the kid pushes that, you as the adult has to stop it, right? That's just how
Mhm.
it has to go, right? Because teenagers are going to do teenager things. They're learning about themselves. Their hormones are out of whack. All that shit. They're going to try to make adult choices, but they're still kids and they don't understand how to make those choices. You as the adult has to stop that. Unfortunately, in situations it doesn't. And that's just me being a girl dad. That's one of my biggest fears. Um, but and I hate everybody involved, but just seeing the what do you call it, the disorder, the mess on Twitter that's caused from it. It's like nobody on one. It's Twitter. Nobody can really have conversations like adults, right? Because if you don't outright say like take him down and murder the man, right? Then you're what is it? What is it? I see always. Oh, you're not speaking out against him, so you're supporting pedophilia. And no, I just I'm
That's
not
like the
wasting my
same
energy on
concept
it.
of like, who are you voting for this year? You know, it's like you're
Yeah.
not voting. Oh, so
It,
you're voting for the other side.
if you don't if you say I'm voting for Trump, oh, you are racist and sexist and transphobic and blah blah blah. If you're voting for Biden, you're a communist and you want the country to fall. If you don't vote at all, then you want us to fail and you're a piece of shit. Like, you know what I mean? There's no winning. No
Yeah.
matter what you say, you ain't winning. And that's why it's like that's why again I don't talk about politics because I'm not a political person. At the end of the day, I wish the government would go away and I'll go live off the land. I don't care. Um, I'm not. I don't get into politics, and I'll talk religion just because I'll share my experience, but I won't. But I won't make. You know, I won't
We still
force
have
my
to
views
deep
on
dive into
anybody.
that
We
because
do need to because I've had a bad experience with religion and all that. I still believe, but I've had my experience with the churches, right? But I'm not gonna be like, oh, you go to church, then you know what I mean. You must support all the bad stuff, right? You
no, I
know,
mean like
not.
I feel like churches are, you know, there for a certain reason.
There are
Uh,
good churches. There are very
Whether or
good churches.
not
There's homely. There's good people at the churches, but it's not the church. It's the people, right? If you get the wrong people in the church, just
well,
like a
it's
bad
just like
apple,
anything, you know,
yeah.
you're gonna have toxic people. But no, I want to ask you a question about like parenting evolving around like kids watching stuff. Like, do you think there should be more monitoring with parents? I don't really want to say too much because then people get offended. I don't have kids, so I don't really know. So that's why I'm asking you. You have kids,
As a dad, my kids are not allowed on YouTube just because YouTube,
and I
it's
think
very
that's good.
easy to
Like any
spiral
streaming
out, right?
platform, correct? Like any platform that you can't control as a parent. Do you think that's like reasonable?
You have to trust and guide your kids, right? I'm just gonna say it. If I'm not gonna say you're a terrible parent because you got a 14-year-old watching Twitch streams and kick streams. I'm sorry. I was watching Halloween. Michael Myers is my favorite character from the age of 5, and I still watch it. Right? It didn't ruin me. I think, but at the end of the day, it's you as a parent to have that conversation with your kids to help them understand right and wrong, to help them understand the choices, and then you guide them not to make you got to teach them like when they decide to start making adult choices, they're going to have adult consequences. And it's to me, I don't think censorship is the best way. I just don't trust YouTube just because it's very easy to go into a rabbit hole and they can click on something and see
Yeah.
something they shouldn't. But you know, as my kids get older, if they want to, you know, obviously I'm not gonna lie. I let them create a fake account or nothing. Like they're gonna put their age. Like I know Kick's very good with it. If you're under the age of 18 and you click on someone's stream that says 18 plus, like it won't let you do anything.
Yeah.
Right?
They are pretty
There's
good
that
about
benefit.
that.
There is that benefit, and it happens, right? So that's a good thing. There's moderation, right? But you can't depend on Kick, Twitch, what is it, Rumble,
Yeah.
whatever else there is. You can't depend on them to moderate for you for your children, right? That's you as the parent, and I think at some point it just has to be.
Or
Um,
even the streamer because like
I, I
I,
think when my kids, if they once they get to the age to where they can start watching, you know, obviously I'm gonna watch the streamer first. If they find one they like, I'm gonna watch it with them, see
yeah.
what I like, see what I don't like. Now, if there's, you know what I mean, if there's things they're doing, I'm like, you probably need to stay away from that. You're not old enough to understand that adult situation. But I, I don't know. That's a tricky thing. Me as a dad, what I'm gonna do, it's just gonna be God teach and talk to them. You know,
Which
let them.
is, you know, I think is the right way, you know, when they're old enough, you know,
Yeah,
eventually.
as they grow into it. But like, I will say this, and there's a lot of I don't let my kids have YouTube. It used to be on the TVs, but I made sure I've deleted it off everything. I just it's too easy to go off into a very dark hole on YouTube, and I'm just not trying to have those conversations with an 8-year-old.
Yeah, next thing you know, you're watching Chocolate Rain all the way from the beginning of YouTube. You're like, how the hell did I end up here?
There's educational videos. I just because I'm a fucking degen, so I scour. I go into dark holes on YouTube. I go into fucking deep web so I can find shit. And there's educational videos, um, and they show nudity because they're labeled as educational. I watched a man put an arrow in his butthole, like bare ass, saw his balls and everything, right? So it's there. It's not protected. It's not
I'm gonna need
18
that
plus.
link,
It's
by the way.
educational. I will send it all to you. I watched a girl shave her vagina on YouTube because it's because it's educational. They can show it.
But
It's
I
fucking.
feel like YouTube should put like a mature like tag on it, or do they not?
They do. You have to have an account, right?
Oh, okay,
I have a mature account because I'm an adult.
okay,
My kids have to use my YouTube if they want to watch
oh,
kids stuff.
okay.
So
That's I
there's the
guess that's when it
issues.
would fall on the parent, being like vigilant,
Again,
you know.
if I give my kid a phone, I am responsible for everything they do on that phone.
Yeah.
Yes, right. So if it's if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, then I fail.
I was
Right.
always curious about that conversation because like even when I talk about it like on stream sometimes, like people kind of get like almost like judgy, and it's not my responsibility for your kid, you know. E-
Well, I love you,
Especially
Chippy,
my
but my
channel,
I love you, Chippy, but my kids are not ever going to watch your streams.
No, and I
Sorry.
respect
Yeah,
that. And I respect that.
yeah.
And
Well, I, I don't. I've never ever said I do this for children because I
yeah,
don't.
you know.
Right, and you fuck a fish, right? That's
Yeah.
that's the staple. So
When I
yes,
had
you're
a
not supposed
dildo in
to.
my mouth the other
Yeah,
day. Like, come
but
on.
so if a parent hands the phone and says, "Oh, watch Chippy, he'll keep you entertained," you, as the parent, you're responsible for anything that happens after that. It's not Chippy's fault. It's not. It's not. It's not. No one's fault on the screen, right? The screen's there. I control what's on it, and it's just. It comes down to you just gotta be attentive what your kids got going on, what they're hearing, what they're seeing, and then just have that open line of communication and talk to them, man. That's the biggest thing. Parents don't. A lot of parents don't just talk to their kids.
Yeah,
Have that conversation. Don't make it
well,
awkward.
even like us growing up, I don't think we even talked to our parents about shit like that. But we also grew up with the internet, so like I feel like there was always that like unknown with your parents. They don't understand. But now that we're growing up, our generation can,
Oh, we know the
lead it.
internet,
Yeah,
right?
we
We
can
know
lead
how
it.
dangerous this is, and we can be like, "Look, kids, here's what you don't share. Here's what you don't
Yeah.
click." Right? We can give them more of help. Parents, back like you said when we were growing up, like what the fuck was the internet? RuneScape, World of Warcraft, and
Dial
then
up, bro.
yeah, and then they were just like, "Hey, they're staying out of trouble and leaving me the fuck alone, so let them do whatever." And we're over here looking at rotten.com and seeing dead mutilated bodies and shit, you know what I mean?
I do
Be
feel
times.
like I do feel like when we grew up on the internet, it was gruesome. It was something that this generation should never see. This new one coming up, it's definitely what's the right word? And not a
It's more
nice place. It was not a nice place back then.
I'll say it's more censored now. It's more
Oh
common. Like if
yeah,
you want to find that weird stuff, you got to dink for it, but at the same time just streaming wise, it's too easy for me to hand a phone to a kid and say watch whatever and then walk away and not know what they're watching and then wondering why they have certain things happen.
yeah. Like why is
There's
my kid grabbing a fish now and fucking it? Like
yeah,
what the fuck?
I can't say that Chippy's responsible for my kid when they're watching his stream because that's not how it works. It's not real life. Right? I'm responsible for my child until they're 18 and on, and you know what I mean? They're my kid. I'm
He's
responsible
like, when
for.
you turn 18, you can watch Chippy.
Even then I'm still skeptical.
He's like, fuck. Dad,
But
look at this
yeah,
guy.
I think it's just we live in a time though. Our part is we live in a time where it's easy to no one wants to accept accountability and responsibility, and that humbleness is gone. So it's
I
always
feel like that
somebody's
shows a
fault.
lot in the streamer space too, with all this bullshit going on, like back to back to back, even like right before the doctor stuff came up, it was like quiet. When it's too quiet, something's about to happen or someone's
You
going
ever
to make
notice
some bullshit.
it's always something big, right? Like we'll have a little bit of like spats and drama and it'll kind of plateau out and then it'll flatline. But when it gets that a week, 2 weeks, if it hits 3 weeks, you know
Oh,
some
yeah.
fucking mic drops.
Well,
Like, yeah, like it's about to lie.
I shouldn't say it was quiet because Alex got exposed for apparently abusing his girlfriend. So like that happened, and then the Nick Merck stuff happened, and then doctor stuff happened. I mean, there was stuff before that, but it was like streamer
True.
shit.
But there's a lot of stuff that happens, right? Again, we're humans. We say stupid shit. We choose bad wording and stuff. But like there's times when I just want to sit back and like, does it really matter? Why are you putting so much internet or your energy into this, into the internet, into what someone said? Because why does it matter? Now, like the guy with the abusing his girlfriend, yeah,
Allegedly,
let's
allegedly.
allegedly, like if there's facts behind that, yes, let's do all the things to make sure he doesn't have a platform, um that he doesn't get a voice, right? Like shut him down, hold him accountable. He doesn't have the right on the internet anymore. He doesn't have a lot or right to stream if facts come out. But we can't witch hunt, and I've seen a lot of that. There's if you don't like somebody, I can tell you the best way. If there's 500 people that can't stand this person streaming, ignore them. Don't go to their stream. Fucking ignore them. They will fade out on their own. Once they lose support, they will fade out. But then when you sit and watch their stream because you want to catch them in a sus moment, you're witch hunting. And then you clip it and you go all crazy and you try to take them down. Like, just let them do what they
I
do.
think our biggest
They will phase
example
out.
that happened recently is Joker Vibe. Um,
Yeah.
I do have some sympathy for him, but at the same time, like I hope you get well, brother. Uh, but I had to keep my distance. Um,
Look, I saw that last clip of what he said. Do I think it was a shitty thing to say? Yep. I'm not going to justify, but how many people were admitting to watching him to catch him falling?
yeah,
Right? That
that's what
is
I don't
a
get.
witch hunt. Stop. He sees those numbers, right? Because let's say 10 people is watching him. There's 10 people watching him. You're supporting him in a weird fucking way.
It's just like
Stop.
pocket watchers, you know, like with
Let people,
money.
yeah, let people. If you honestly think they're a horrible person and they're just saying, one, we've all been through the Call of Duty mods or lobbies back in fucking 360 days.
Oh, those are
What
the
he
best.
said, what he said, it was a very poor choice of ways to say it. I don't think it was a threat. I think it was just a fucking
Honestly,
stupid thing to say.
I think it was not that bad comparatively to the Xbox
Compared
3
to the
days.
thing, well, and
Yeah.
compared to things that he has said previously, right?
Yeah.
This was a light thing, right? It's not good. Don't talk about somebody's mother, but I've said some mean shit about people's mothers. Fuck. I just seen a comment on fucking Twitter where somebody was like, "What's up?" and he's like, "Your mom." You know what I mean? We're stupid. Don't take it personal. It's an internet person you've never met. They've never met your mom,
And it's not like
right?
he's actually gonna go fucking do something to someone.
But at the same time, like that's where I got to the point where I'm like, you're waiting for this man to say something sus so you can clip and then expose, right? And what was it Andrew brought it up today, right? When I don't know when it was, today, yesterday, some other, I seen the clip. He said, I had people sharing a video tagging us in it saying, oh, it was that guy that was driving on the sidewalk,
Oh yeah, he
right?
said no one reported it.
And no one you are not using the system, and then you're wondering why Hick's not holding people accountable, because you're doing these little fucking clips, you're running to Twitter and you're making a post and you're getting attention, right?
I do
So
know what
is it real outrage or is it fake? That is frustrating. If you would have reported it, gave it a few days, and then Kick comes back with something and says, oh, it's not worth our time, or they didn't do nothing wrong, you know what I mean? If you know what, and then that makes me wonder. Kick banned him again, right? Kick banned him again.
yeah.
Was it Kick or was it the outcry? Was it Kick just doing something to be like, okay, we'll just squash it so you guys will stop?
Well, that's cancel culture for you.
Yes, but did you report it? I bet you $100 they probably didn't report
Well,
it and
no,
they went on a tangent.
they didn't report it because he literally said there were zero reports on the situation.
And it's fucking wild. Use the system. If you trust Kick, if you stream on the platform, you watch on the platform, whatever, you trust Kick, use their system. One, they get analytics. You know that, right? Does everybody know that? They use this data. They get analytics. They improve their moderate. That's how things get better. You have to use the system to improve. That report system, that way that's how they stop people from mass reporting and getting fake bans, right? Like if so, 100 people could report you and get you banned a day.
Yeah.
That's how they fixed that. They started taking data. You got all kind of shit that they can go, okay, okay. This is how we can tell if it's fake or not. We go watch a video, whatever. Kick will not improve if you don't give them the fucking chance to improve. If you're not using what's there, the report system, and all you're doing is taking clips, I don't trust you. I think you just want
In
attention.
the fact that Kick has a live support now, and even if you can't directly talk to live support, I guarantee you a verified user can get in contact with them ASAP if you know one. I
How
mean, that's
many
a lot of
times?
ifs,
How
but
many times has Nacho seen messed up things and used the live support system, and it's shit's been corrected?
oh, even me, dude. Like they fix things on the spot. Polly is very good about it in terms of like bugs and stuff, but also like reporting users. You and I've done it. You know, we've reported users before because of fucked up shit we've seen. Do we post about it on Twitter? No. We use their
No.
fucking system and we report correctly. Yeah, if we post on Twitter, I guess we're gonna farm fucking clips, bro. That's about it. And then we make them look like a fucking idiot. No, we have
Now
respect
I
for
would have got it.
creators.
I would have got it if it, let's just say something bad happened and hundreds of people reported and nothing got done because it was a big name streamer, right? Do your fucking thing and go show. Say, hey, here's where we all reported and nothing's being done. They're protecting him, right? You have all rights to outcry, but you don't trust in Kick to do the job that they want to do, and then you post weird shit on the internet. I just it's fake. It's fake, right?
Yeah, you're not wrong. What was I gonna say? So that clip with Andrew, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. From his
He,
stream.
yeah, from his stream, it was, I think it was today or yesterday. What he's basically saying is like these drama channels or specifically Dextoro, is that how you say it?
Dextero,
Dextero.
Dextero.
They are farming clips off a Kick, not reporting them correctly at all.
Didn't they even take what he said
Yes, they took what he said out of
out of
context.
context and then ran with it, right?
Yep.
Because that's what they do.
To be fair, they're probably just sitting on Reddit waiting for someone to post clips. I don't
Yeah.
think they're actually all in these fucking streams, or they'd probably
Well,
go,
you know they're not the biggest group, right? There's not enough them to be watching that many people.
yeah. And, you know, the people get the clips for them or whoever. And, you know, the haters are your biggest fans. If they're going to clip something, it'll be a hater at the end of the day.
Well, and the sheep mentality of the internet. As soon as somebody posts something that we don't like, everybody groups and attacks and
Or,
assumes
or they'll
and makes
just, or
judgment.
like they'll clip something out of context and then it sounds like something else. And then like news outlets don't do journalism anymore, so they're just gonna run with it. And then they are like, "Oh, this isn't what you meant." No, that's
Or back in the day, they reported quality. Now it's about who reports first.
yeah,
And
and
so when you're worried about being first, your quality is gone.
yep. And you know, granted, I do think like Drama Alert and John Scares kind of tainted that field back in the day. Not saying that they've reported stuff wrong, you know, and you're always going to get something wrong eventually. But the quantity of how much internet drama there is, or streamer drama, or anything in general, is just it's a big fucking sea out there. I can tell you that much. And
Hey, it's a cash cow. It's a cash
you're
cow.
gonna grab your fucking raw or dead fish once in a while, and it's gonna be the wrong story. But now it's like the like Twitter outlets or like Kick streamers reporting on news, et cetera, and it's just like or Twitter personalities trying to like cash in on this like drama fest because drama pulls numbers and it's fucking stupid. I think it's the worst thing in the world. Granted, you know, we're talking about bullshit, but it's also like our opinion on the bullshit.
Well, we're using keywords allegedly. You know, like until something, and I don't care. Right? I know the court of public opinion is stronger than our justice system.
That can suck my dick.
I know, but that is stronger than anything, right? Like, not regardless if you were to be accused of something, you go to court and you win and you get away, right? You didn't do it, like you get proven innocent, right?
Yeah.
In the eyes of the group that hates you, you're always going to be guilty, and you're never going to get away from that. You're always guilty to them, right? But at the end of the day, I don't believe anything until it's been either if it's a legal issue, it's been addressed through the court system. There's been facts and findings, and then a verdict's been read. Right, they're guilty, and you can say whatever you want. If there's not enough proof and the person doesn't get a guilty charge or whatever, that's up to our courts to fix it, whether you like it or not. But the court of public opinion, that thing that ruins careers. I don't care. Once, especially if you're in the spotlight, once you get bad image out there, it can take it for you. Now, I'm not saying you can't rebuild, but it's hard.
Yeah, once you destroy someone's image and they're like, what's used doctor disrespect, if it comes out that like all this shit is like not I guess fabricated, but in a different
Well,
way.
this is where you also have to play this stuff really fine because everybody's getting mad because big names aren't speaking out on stuff. Defamation is a hell of a fucking thing.
Oh yeah.
If you sit and call somebody a pedo, or you accuse them of shit
Yep.
and they lose because of that, and then all of a sudden they go to court and court finds them not guilty and everything's like right. Now they have rights to go after their accusers because they've lost. If
Mm-hmm.
you say something and it causes somebody to lose financially, you are liable. You got to be careful. It's a scary fucking world. And that's why I don't just jump on bandwagons and start accusing people of stuff. I
Well,
like
you
to see
also
the
look like a
facts and
fucking
evidence.
idiot too when you
Well,
start accusing
you
people.
know the internet too. Whenever it gets like when somebody gets receipts shown to them, you get the and then they make some bullshit excuse up. But I don't know. If Doc did what they're saying he did or what he's accused of doing, if he really did it 100%, hey, you know what? At the end of the day, that motherfucker needs to be in jail because you've crossed a line you shouldn't have crossed. But that's not my call.
No, respectfully, it's not, and hopefully, like he didn't do anything, you know, illegal.
At
We
the
can
end of the
hope.
day, there's a kid, a underage person that I hope gets the help that they need, that they have the support system that they need because that is a scary situation. Um, sex crimes and sex trafficking and
Yeah.
underage children being taken advantage of, right? That's a very big problem across the world, and I don't want to see children getting hurt. I don't care if they're 16, 17, whatever. These people fucking saying ages. I don't care. They're still a kid. They haven't experienced life. Their minds aren't, fully developed. They need support, and I hope that person has the support they need. Whether something happened or not, I just hope that they have somebody to be there for them.
I, yeah, I just like I said, like I hope for the best, in these situations.
Right? Yeah, I would love for it to come out and it all be false or whatever, and him be free because to me that's not him getting a win. It's me knowing a kid didn't get hurt. You know?
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's like, oh, I think we need to address this though. The whole like Twitch hiding it. Why is no one talking about that? Why is Twitch? Why did Twitch hide it? Should I say why?
I don't know their contracts. I don't know their legal
But
stuff.
you'd think that would break terms of service and contract.
Not necessarily. Contracts get broke when legal things or illegal things happen, right?
Yeah.
Regardless, he's not had anything through the system to
They,
put on his record, right? There is
well,
no illegal findings.
no.
Hold on, through the system. I There's things that can come to light in his. I don't know his contract. I don't have it in front of me. I don't know it word for word. I don't know what loopholes, what they have signed, right? There could have been wrongdoing, but there's a way for him to get out of this contract or for them to get him out. Like, I don't know what happened in those meetings, in those talks. I'm not going to say Twitch is hiding stuff, right? Because at the end of the day, when you sign up, they can't. I'm pretty sure they can't just release your DMs, your
No,
whispers or
it's
whatever.
it's
Right?
like privacy.
There is privacy acts in place, and everybody says Twitch is hiding it. I don't know if they're hiding it. I don't know if an investigation's been launched, how long this shit could be going on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what happened in those, so I'm not going to speculate that Twitch was hiding it because at the same time, I mean, I, I don't know. I just don't know.
This is the whole thing. Is like I find odd is like they they hid the well they just didn't say anything, you know.
But again, I don't know that contract, and I don't know what they signed on the way out because there's NDAs and
Well,
all
they went to
and all
court
that.
already. That's the thing. They settled in court. That's where it doesn't make any sense. Is like if there was illegal activity with a minor, you think that would address the court to further investigate on like a legal level, right? But then again, does it surpass that they breach privacy? Because they're technically
Can
not supposed to look at your private
Okay, can I tell
information.
you? Can I tell you? Oh, you know what? And that could also been. It's kind of like one of those things where you go to do the vigilante stuff, and you taint an investigation
Yeah.
because you get information illegally,
Hmm.
right? They can't use it. So whatever happened, I don't know. Maybe Twitch saw it, started diving into it, and they crossed the line to realize that they couldn't do anything, right?
Well,
Because
that's where I would think that like that's one of the theories I have, and then the other theory is like, what if Doc was just not wasn't talking sexual but inappropriate? Does that make sense? And they try to leverage that
a
against
grown
him.
man shouldn't have a conversation with
Well, no,
anyone
I
of his
get
age
that. No, no,
18,
I
right?
get that.
Right. But at the same time, and I've seen it, and it's not right, right? But in the world, in other countries, here we're 18, you're an adult, right?
Hmm.
21, you can buy alcohol. 18, you can buy cigarettes. But go in other countries, and I'm not
Pretty
saying it's
much
right.
any other country. I'm gonna be
I'm not
honest.
saying it's right. They treat 16 and 17-year-olds, and I don't know how old this kid is. I don't know the receipts. I don't know the
We
right.
don't even know where they're from.
Right. What if they are from out of the states, right? So now it's a whole different battle. Like in the states, it's technically illegal, but are we high? Can we hold him accountable for because he's in the states for talking to somebody who's considered legal in their country? I don't know. One, I don't know the DMs. I wasn't in the conversation. I'm not justifying his actions because at the end of the day, I don't care if a fucking 16-year-old from India talks to me. No, no, you are not an adult you're not an adult from where
To be
we are.
clear, guys, that's not an excuse for anything either. But like in a perspective of like, let's say an adult in a different country that's 16, they're like, this is okay. I thought,
You have
in
to.
their mindset, it's okay, but in ours, it should not be okay.
It's weird, right?
In terms of like
We're
Doc
one, we're
should
one
realize
world.
this.
We're one world. We should agree on it, right?
Yeah.
What's a legal age, right? Where do we draw the line? That way, I don't give a fuck where you are. It's the same, right?
Yeah.
But we're never going to get there because we're all different. But if you look at it legally, can you I don't know, right? I don't know international fucking laws. I don't know stuff like that. I just know that if you're not a fucking adult, we're not having a conversation, right?
Yeah.
That's me personally, and that's how it should be with anyone that's an adult talking to someone else. But it's still like there's a lot of what ifs and unknowns, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I don't speculate. That's why I don't put my 2 cents into it. I don't know what happened when he sat down with Twitch. I don't know what happened when they found stuff out. I don't know what's happened in the court system. You know, you can say people settled a lot of things. I've been in big companies, right? I've been in Fortune 500. I've been in Fortune 50. I'll see companies that could take your ass to court and beat you all day, but they get more bad publicity taking you to court than just saying, "Here, dude, take a couple $100,000 and leave me alone."
But I feel like if they took him to court over this would have been like a good thing.
We don't know what happened.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing
Okay,
is like we
hold on
don't
though.
know.
Hold on. Let's say, just bear with me. Let's say Twitch crossed a privacy law
Yeah.
and they dug into something that they weren't allowed to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so it goes to court and this comes out. Twitch is not only held liable because they crossed the line. Now it's everybody. How many fucking Twitch users are out there? Now everybody's wanting to know if you know what I mean. Like that's a bigger issue. Don't get me wrong. Nothing is private. If you post it on the internet, if you go into fucking someone else's server, blah blah blah, you're putting it out there for anybody to get it one way or another. Your information sold on the daily. But a website has privacy. There's privacy laws that they are supposed to uphold. Just like when Zuckerberg gets in trouble on Facebook because they're accusing him of selling information and supporting Russia. Um, you have to be within a certain thing, and that's why I'm wondering: is did Twitch keep it private and hide it, or did they fucking cross the line that was going to get them in trouble so they couldn't do nothing? Did they hurt an investigation? Did they try to be right? it's kind of like if I hacked into your computer, Chippy, and let's just say you had illegal shit on there, and I go to the cops with it. The cops are gonna go, I can't do anything with that. You illegally obtained it. Actually,
Well,
I'm
you
gonna
might go
arrest
to
you.
jail. You might go
Yeah,
to jail
you
for
see
it.
what I'm saying? So then they can't even investigate you because the only information they have on you was obtained illegally. And that's things that we have to look at. I don't know what lines were crossed. I don't even know about that ex-employee who posted this stuff in the beginning
Yeah.
that started all of it. Did he cross a line? Did he do something illegal? Was he allowed to do that? Now I know NDAs only last. I think the most that I've ever seen one go is like 6 years. Normally they're 3 or less.
What else I don't like, what I think is hilarious about that is like he was promoting his show. He said if it sells out, I'll fucking or expose Doc, and it sold out. And guess what he did?
Yeah, and there's a lot of
It's like,
weirdness behind it,
oh,
right? At the end of the day, I will say it like this so that way nobody thinks otherwise. If he did something like that, fuck that guy. He deserves everything bad coming to him because if you decided to talk to a child, regardless of if they're from here or whatever, I don't, that's a whole lot of ifs and buts and stuff. But if you're an adult and you speak to a minor and it's anything more than you need to leave me alone, you fucked up.
yeah, you're fucking not wrong. And hopefully, like we said, we hope for the best because he is a human. You know, I'm not gonna bring a fucking pitchfork to his fucking head yet, or ever really, because I don't believe in that type of shit. But the justice system, maybe we do have to believe in that. And if it is something that happened that was
You either have to
inappropriate,
believe into it to let it work,
yep,
or you're gonna like it's just the same thing with kick. Whenever Andrew said it, if you're not reporting the shit, we can't do our job. If you're not letting the system handle it, do what it's supposed to do, they can't set up what they need to.
and also when
And
Andrew says when report it, and you can post it, report it though, report it so they can see it, and then
yeah, don't
then
just
fucking post it.
don't just post it and then have 150 people tag him in it. That's
Yeah.
to me that is annoying.
He's like, what the fuck is this? How does he even know it's on Kick at that
Yep.
point? It's like, looks like Twitch too. I don't know.
I don't know.
Because so
It's
many
just
people multi-stream now and like contracts are different. You don't know what's going on. And different rules for different sites. Yeah, the guy that riding on the sidewalk. Yeah, I mean, it's against the law, but like in reckless driving and shit like that. But also at the same time, it's like, if you're not reporting this behavior, how is Kick ever going to know?
well, you take Twitch. Twitch is an American-based company, I believe, right? They
Yeah.
got Amazon. They're all
Yeah. Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
But you take Kick, where are they from? Australia.
Yep.
So, and when you see Australians, and like that's what, even if when you see people streaming and they're from across the world and you get mad, right? What's not legal here might be legal
Yeah.
there.
It's all different. And like,
And that's
I've
why,
noticed a
like,
lot of people don't understand that too. Like they don't understand the cultural difference. Like people, what's this say? What is it in Germany where women can wear topless, just like New York. I mean, it's a different like thing, but like you go
fuck,
to
you
your
got,
average farm town,
everywhere has the red light district, right? You
yeah,
got Bangkok, you got Amsterdam, you got places in Germany and Russia. They have red light districts. It's just they have brothels that you just
yeah.
walk in like you're fucking going to pick up a coffee. You just picking
I'm
up a
pretty
woman.
sure we have 7 brothels in America that are ran correctly.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I know, chat, the only reason I know, it's a documentary on Netflix. Go check it out. It's actually pretty
That's
good.
funny. That's funny. I don't know. I just think there was a lot of speculations. There's a lot of, hey, I'm gonna say it. There's a lot of fake outcry because
Oh yeah, to fit narratives too. Narratives that like just for clicks on Twitter, YouTube, anything. I'm not gonna call anyone out. You guys already know.
but parents protect your children. Have those conversations with them. Let them understand that if you are a child making adult decisions, you're gonna have to face adult consequences. Help them, guide them, feed information to them. Don't just give them a phone. Don't just give them keys. Don't just let them run wild. You have to be there for them. You got to support them. You got to help them understand
Matter of
because
fact, don't give your phone to a kid until they're like 16. Like, let's be real. Like, they
give them,
don't,
if they need a phone to call you because they're in extracurricular activities and stuff, give them a fucking flip phone with
or
three
or,
numbers
or,
in it.
or a slidey phone. Like the ones we used to have when we were in high school. The
Oh
texting phones,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
or a
yeah. Those shitty
BlackBerry. Go
ones.
back to the
Something
Blackberries.
that something that can't get on the internet. But like, I don't know. Take care of kids. Don't let them get in adult situations.
But also, you
Chippy,
you you degenerates out there, you need to fucking stop feeding into that bullshit as well.
stop wasting your energy
Yeah,
on a lot of things, man. Like you guys, like if you are on the internet, Twitter, blah blah blah, whatever, and it's like consuming you, take a break, walk away. This shit, stop. If everything you look at and everything you comment on, everything you talk about is a negative thing, walk away, because all it's going to do is take you into a void. It's going to bring you down. It's going to, if you're a content creator, it's going to drag your content down. It's going to make you a very negative content creator. Walk away. Go do live stuff, man. I can just walk outside and hold a fucking chicken and it brings me joy. I go down to the goat pen. Fucking ducks. I got turkeys
you fuck
now.
ducks now.
No. But I have ducks. I got turkeys, you pervert. That's why my kids aren't watching Chippy. But just walk away, because we live in a world where fucked up things are going to happen, but those fucked up things don't have to happen and you be a part of it. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to consume you.
Yeah.
Walk away from it.
I do want to touch on one topic before we end and close this out. Is IRL streaming, brother? It is taking over. I don't care what anyone says. It is the next big thing. Gaming is dead. I don't care what anyone else says. We get these indie games once a month that we'll play, and then it fucking dies again. And then we're back to IRL. I'm be
Listen,
dead ass with you.
I agree with you, but listen to me, you motherfuckers. Do not be an IRL streamer that harasses people, that attacks people, that causes problems for other people. I go out, I hang out with my animals, I go walk creeks, or I go around town. Be respectful. You're in a weird bubble. People don't understand it, but I don't be the guy driving on the sidewalk. Don't be the guy speeding in his car. Don't be the guy going and hold on, ready, pranking people. It's not a prank if you fucking up if you ruin somebody's day. It's not a prank.
I do think there
Not
is
funny.
a fine line where like what's acceptable and what isn't. But I also do a little bit more. I let chat have a little fun with me. With the TTS. You had fun with me when I first did my test stream.
I did like a motherfucker, but I also I'm not gonna like try to, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna be like, oh, go fucking attack that dude. I'm not gonna do stupid shit like that.
But
Like
you,
we
but you
can
see,
have
there's a
fun.
fine line with like certain content. Yeah, you like chat can make you do certain interactions that you probably wouldn't normally do, but also like I couldn't see you doing what I would do. You know what I mean? I like it. I wouldn't call it like there's just that fine line, not harassment, but more of like engagement. I think that's the correct word. There might be more engagement with me going up to people versus playing with a goat. you know, I think there's that line. Like, yeah,
Like
I
I
love when you do
like I
yours.
like I said though, I think as long as you're having fun and the other person's having
Yeah,
fun, like if chat's telling you to go fucking harass somebody, don't do that.
it
Don't.
also if someone approaches you, I feel like it's a whole different interaction.
Well, you do that if they come to you and they're like, "What are you doing?" and you explain to them your streaming stuff, and you
And
talk
they
to them
start
like,
getting pissed off, and then I might
"Are you?"
troll them. I'm gonna be
That's like,
honest with
"Are
you.
you?" Oh yeah, if you come up in the, we live in a world where cameras are everywhere. If you don't like being recorded, don't go outside.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I did have one incident when I was at the zoo. I don't think anyone really saw it, but a couple of people walked by me. I don't give you permission. I was like, "You're in a public space." They just walk away.
Yes, please understand that if you are in a public space, I have all rights to record anything I fucking want to.
Especially if the like zoo allows you to record. Like you don't know what I'm doing. I'm not in your face with the camera. You walked by me and briefly saw a camera. If you don't want to record it, then you probably shouldn't say that next to me, and you probably shouldn't have me turn around with the camera in your face.
Yeah, if you would have just walked by and shut up,
Yeah,
nothing would have happened.
and like I think that's also like where the line is. If someone
But
comes up to you and tries to fuck with you, you have all. I think you have all rights to fuck with them back. You're going to be the
in a
entertainer at that point.
in a safe
Oh yeah,
way
safe,
for
safe,
yourself,
safe, safe
because
way.
motherfuckers in this world are crazy, and you might have a psychotic person ready to kill. Just be very, very weary of what you're
Well,
about to get
that is
into.
a big fear of mine, getting, like surrounded. Be like, all right, daddy, what do you want? You want me to suck your toes or something? I'll
Yeah,
be the cum
but
slut.
I do enjoy IRL streaming myself. Like I do like playing games, but it's nowhere near as much as I like just sitting outside and talking.
I also feel like
Um,
it gives us that break, you know,
well,
the break from sitting in a room.
yeah,
You don't see
and
any.
it's like you're not sitting and playing the same fucking
Yeah,
game day in day out, bored. You're tired of it. Yeah,
I think that's the biggest thing, and like why I advocate for IRL streams, and like I tell people like get this backpack, bro. It's fucking not. I want to say cheap, but like a reasonable price for a lot of up and coming people that want to get an IRL. Take it serious.
it's not bad. I mean, it's it's basically buying a badass computer and putting it on your back.
Yeah, and well, even a fucking iPhone. Have you seen the prices of those things? This bag is cheaper than an iPhone. Let's just put it that way. I
That's
mean,
fair.
you don't have to get the. I mean, I paid more, but that's because I got a dedicated server. Everything like I bought the Hall 9 whistles or whatever you want to call it for it, so I didn't have to worry. But you also
Well,
can get it the cheap
guys,
way.
if I was about to say, if you're worried, iPhone has an app. It's called Moblin, something like that, and then that you can get a STA or I don't even know the STV or something like that. I
Hmm.
don't know. It's a dedicated server. It's like $10 a month.
Yeah, literally, IRL streaming is so much easier to do now. But it's also like, what type of quality do you want? Do you want your stream to always have good quality, or do you want hiccups? What do you like to call them?
If you do get the dedicated server, it will help you with the sound to video lag.
Oh, have you tested that yet or no?
It works. Herbal when he goes out in the fields and does
Okay,
his drone stuff, he has a dedicated server and
okay,
it's fine. It's a lot better.
that's good. That's good. I still need to talk to him. I need to talk to him about that stuff because what I have versus like what other people are using is totally different. And
You
I
know what's funny
honestly I recommend
is,
this.
is IRL streaming is it's I'm not saying it's new. It's just taken off a lot more here lately. And so it's almost like it's gate kept. You cannot find information on a lot of this
Yeah,
stuff, and it's really hard to find people that know a lot about it. If
it's
they do know a lot about it, they haven't shared that information.
so that's why Burkle and I have been talking a lot because it's like we're both trial and error right now. Like he's doing great. I love it. He's also another creator that's very humble
Motherfucker
with his
pisses me
content.
off. He pisses me off how much he gets to fish.
Yeah, I
Jealous.
know, right?
God, he fishes so much, and then he's in those cute little over the American flag overalls. I love it.
He's definitely taken a different aspect, which I like. But I also like taking the degen route. I like going out in public. I like seeing people interact. I love people watching. It's like,
I think it's where you live too when you do IRL
yeah.
stuff that makes a difference. I'm in the South, man. These cornbread motherfuckers will start swinging, and I don't feel like fighting people.
No, I do think like if I were to go to like Chicago, Detroit, I might get a little more looks. But where I'm at, it's they're like, oh, he's just recording.
Yeah, you got a cozy little town around here.
Until the
Around here, you
TTS
get old
goes off,
people.
they're like, hey, this guy fucks fish, and they're like, huh? And, you get the side eyes and shit. But no, I do think if I'm talking to the audience, not you personally, but you guys as streamers want a different avenue to build your content, I highly recommend IRL content because gaming is stale. And whether you guys believe that or not, it's so saturated. It like if you want to grow, you need to build your brain, get outside the box, and focus on yourself and the ones around you
Well,
as
like you
much as you
said,
can.
the indie games like this chain together
Yeah,
that's came out, like that's silly fun that multiple people can do, but like eventually we're gonna get tired of it. Fortnite got old, Call of Duty got old, CS gets old. All these games, like it just
the only thing that doesn't get old for me is gambling, but it's like a high risk situation. I honestly,
I
IRL
don't know.
streaming and
I
gambling.
don't do it. I don't do it. I mean, hey, that's the way to go about it, right? You got your thing.
But as long as you keep it healthy, yeah, with both of them, you got to keep it healthy, responsible, take care of yourself. Don't let it get out of hand. Even with IRL streaming, it can get out of hand. And like what you said earlier, just respect others and do the best you can.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
And yeah, I think that's it for the episode. We will we'll do our best to get more out as long as I stay healthy and Wolf stays healthy and schedules aren't a little fucky. But we're figuring it out, and we hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the podcast. And any last messages for them?
Take care of the kids, protect them. If you're an adult and you're talking to a kid, if it's not giving them advice or to stay away, then you're doing it wrong. But just there's so much negativity in this world. You don't have to be invested in it. Take a break, walk away from it, reinvest in yourself, and just live life. That's all I got.
Yeah, go fuck a fish. See you guys.